Have you ever wanted to start something, but the second you try, all the voices in your head suddenly start berating you? You're not good enough. Others have done way better than you. Why are you even wasting your time on this? Well, I have, and I'm willing to bet I'm not the only one to feel this. And that is why I want to share with you 5 different techniques that I find extremely helpful when I'm starting something new and beginning to doubt myself. But real quick, my name is Winn, and I'm a guy who only just recently figured out what he wanted to do in life. But I was lucky to have a mum who supported me throughout the entire journey. And I know not everyone has this luxury. That is why this channel exists. I want to share with you everything that I've discovered throughout my life so far, and the things that my mum taught me. So now that we're done with introductions, let's move on to the main show, shall we? You will fail. Now, what do I mean by that? Exactly what the box says. Whenever you're doing something, there's definitely a moment where you will just fail completely. Or it just doesn't go to plan at all. But that is not the end all to all your projects. It is merely a stepping stone that you will need to get over. Plus, it will teach you many different lessons that you would have never known if you never fail. Now, am I saying it's not upsetting? Of course not. Any project that you put your heart and soul into it and it goes completely wrong, of course you will be upset. And it's okay. You can cry about it. What's important is you never give up. Instead of thinking, oh, this is a failure, I will never be better than this, think of it as, oh, I know about this point now. Next time when I do this, I'm gonna avoid it. The faster you believe that failure isn't bad, the less power your inner voice has on you. The next thing that I find very helpful is having a support structure. This can be anything, be it family, friends, or even pets.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I find that it is extremely helpful to have someone to talk to about my struggles. They don't have to understand what you're going through. They probably won't, but the important thing is they are there. And I'm willing to bet that you can think of that one person right now. Plus, they may be able to help you brainstorm new ideas or tell you that your original idea needs some revision.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Visualizing where you want to be is very important, as it gives you a target to aim for. You may be wondering what's the difference between visualizing and setting big goals. The difference is intention. Tell me, whenever you set those big goals for yourself, can you envision yourself completing them? That is the difference. Visualizing your end target is being able to envision yourself achieving said target. Let's use an example. Let's say you want to be a penguin expert, but instead of setting an open-ended goal like, I want to be a penguin expert, I want you to envision that you already are one. Try and make it as clear as possible, as vivid as you can. I like birds. So what does a penguin expert do? Well, they would probably know all the different kinds of penguin species there are in the world. They may even know a lot of interesting fun facts about penguins. Some of them could probably even explain to you the biology of a penguin. And that's what I mean by visualizing. Okay, thinking about it, I probably should have picked a better example. Some of you may be wondering, didn't you just say I should be visualizing instead of setting goals? Yeah. You shouldn't be setting aimless goals. Every goal should have some sort of clear purpose, something that will bring you closer to your plan. Something like setting yourself a weekly goal that is achievable in that time. These small goals eventually add up, and before you know it, you are already there. Let's use the penguin expert example. I am really regretting choosing that as an example. Your week's goal could literally be to just find out all the different kinds of names of penguins. Now that you have a smaller scope, you can set yourself even smaller goals that will be able to help you push yourself to complete this main one. Think of it more like a step-by-step guide. So with your example, your first step could be to find different kinds of penguins in the world. Your next step could be to read it out to yourself every morning. Every night before you sleep, you give yourself a small test. In a week's time, I'm pretty sure you would have learnt almost all of those names on that list. Remember, these goals shouldn't be directionless or long-term. It should be goals that you can feasibly achieve in a week's time. Something with clear purpose and straightforward instructions. Finally, reward yourself. It is hard enough to have a little voice in your head just berating you non-stop about all the little failures that you've done. Treating yourself to something that you like or enjoy doing is very important for your sanity. Now, of course, I'm not saying you should eat a full tub of ice cream every single time you name a penguin. But allowing yourself to have a scoop maybe once a month, once a week, why not? It doesn't have to be just eating. You could be doing activities like playing a board game, creating your new robot, or even doing some exercise. Whatever it is, allowing yourself to recharge and de-stress is extremely helpful to keeping motivation on said project. So let's recap. Failure is okay. Have some sort of support structure for yourself. Visualize your end task. Set small structured goals that can get you started. And finally, reward yourself. These 5 things are what I find the most helpful to me whenever I'm feeling nervous on starting a project or feeling doubtful of my abilities. And I hope that these 5 tips are helpful to you as well. With that said, see you next time. Little penguin, Galapagos penguin, Humboldt penguin, Magellanic penguin, African penguin, yellow-eyed penguin.